At one time, there was a social media site so that you could line up to get to heaven. And you would move in advance to the front of the line based on how many confessions, how many good deeds, and how many truths you told. I'm going to give you 5 seconds on a countdown to name 3 social media sites off the top of your head. And we're going to start now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. If you mentioned Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, you need to watch this video. Hello and welcome back to the How channel. I'm Miss Margaret, and we're going to do some exploring today. Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. That's all you got. Are you serious? I know you are, because those are the ones that I use too. Okay, so let's get the business out of the way. There are different types of social media. There are different benefits you want to consider before you commit to social media. And then there are considerations that I believe you should make before you allow yourself, your business, or your children to be involved in social media. So I'll go through those very quickly, and then we're on and sailing with the information that you came for. Are you a smarty pants that did not list any of those 3? That's fine. Well, I still have a list of the ones that you probably would have mentioned if you didn't mention those. So I'll give you that list first. So if you have a pen and paper, you might want to jot these down because I won't be reviewing them when we get to the best part of the video. So keep watching, and I'm going to introduce you to 25 social media sites you probably have never heard of. I'm going to be very brief, but I'm going to be thorough. So let's get started. There are many types of social media networks, and I narrowed my list down to 8. The first one is social networks, and that would include sites like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. The second is media sharing networks like Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. There are discussion forums such as Reddit, Quora, and Dig. And then we have these bookmarking apps, and their curation networks is what they're called. Those would include Pinterest and Flipboard. That's where you tag something so that your friends can take a look at it, or you can revisit it later. We also have consumer review networks like Yelp and Zomato. Maybe you have used TripAdvisor in the past. That's another one. And then we have social shopping. So we have Polyvore, Etsy for people who are artisans. That's a great site. I love it. And Fancy. Then under interest-based networks, we have Goodreads, Houzz, and then there's one called Last.fm. I'll let you explore that one on your own. I know you're wondering, but I'm not covering that one either. Under the arts, we have Spotify, Pexels, Adobe Communities, like for the creative content creators. I don't think I said that right. Let me try it again. For content creators who are creative, Adobe has its own communities. Some are specific to their products, and some are more global in terms of just being an Adobe end user. So those are the social media types and examples, and I will move on because we need to get to the good stuff. So let's go. Why do people use social media? I mean, what are the benefits? Let's stop and talk about that for 30 seconds. I have 6 reasons I can come up with. One is to economize. You spend a lot of money on advertising in this industry, or in any industry for that matter. If you're going to advertise, you better have some bucks, or you better have some reach. If you don't have the bucks and you have the reach, you're probably doing it through social media. About 88% of companies now are marketing on social media. So that's a clear indication that it's not only effort well spent, but it brings the results. A second reason is to convert your audience to customers. So to monetize your product, your service. The third is to optimize and reaching an audience with brand awareness on the web. It's more holistic than it used to be. So you don't just have a store and you just sit and wait for people to come buy things. You also have a community that you've built. You have an audience. You have a benefit and some features to being part of the tribe or the audience that you've created. So you want to become a magnet in a way, a resource for people. Networking is undeniable. You meet some interesting people, and you learn so much through social media because you yourself don't have time to look all this stuff up and keep up with it. Market intelligence is my next to the last item, and this is not in any rank or order, by the way, but market intelligence, it helps you keep up with trends and anything that is on the horizon of your market. And finally, you really have an opportunity to evaluate your own skills and abilities and find out and monitor whether or not you're keeping up. When you consider a social media network for yourself or for your children, please take the time to look at cost. Some of them are not free. They have a baseline membership just to get you in the door, but then in order to have any functionality, you have to start getting your card out again and start paying for things. The second thing is the time required to manage or be the admin or participate in that social media. It can be very demanding and a real monopolizer of your time. You want to consider the type of platform it is and how it's functioning. Some of them are better suited for phones as opposed to laptop presence. There's one that is like a AM radio or something like that where you're talking, but people can call in and participate in an audible group chat as opposed to the written ones that we have on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Finally, you want to take a look at the ownership of that platform. Who are those people? What are their community policies? What are their audience demographics? Are you even in the right place at the right time? And finally, if you have children, you really want to do diligence and take a look at the safety of children as your most important consideration, because we have predators out here and they are ruthless. They're killing people, they're killing entire families. So we have to do the work now. So if you're a parent, please take a look at two sites. One is called Protect Young Eyes and the other one is called Bark. But I'll be showing, now those two I will show you in this video. It's very important, so let's keep going. And now we're going to start with the show. Ready? Stash passions. For those who can't get enough of that hairy stuff. Anyone into facial hair, this is your site. This is your tribe. You need to join for free. Log in and start dating and chatting with other mustache lovers. Or maybe you should go to mulletpassions.com, where they have a passion for anyone with a mullet. Social media, dating site, videos, chats, everything in one neat package. Patreon is a site that is really fueled by patrons. Think of patrons for the arts, like they had in Renaissance times, except now it's gone digital. So if you're a creator of any sort, this is where you would upload your content to your patrons. And you have tiered membership, and in the tiers of membership, you get different benefits, and those are all set by the creator. Great site, and yes, we are on it now, and in fact, I'm going to show you where we are. As you can see, the page is set up on Patreon, and there are 4 levels of membership. Now, I have not completed all of my membership levels and made all of those business decisions, but what I have done is upload a couple of videos just to give people a taste of who I am and what I'm offering. From patreon.com to myfreeimplants.com. Yes, you can find a patron to pay for your body augmentation or body modification surgery, from breasts to Brazilian butt lift to getting your teeth fixed. And all of this done through patronage. They have featured some members here. Looks like Sahara has raised $340 of the $9,500 she needs. I don't know. Kitty Jaguar, I guess that photo got them going. Untappd.com without an E. Untappd is for people who are really into beer, and I mean seriously into it. They are looking for a certain beer, a certain brewery, or a certain venue, complete with GPS. These people really love their beer. So if you like the suds, then the suds are liking you right back at untappd.com. If you looked at this landing page and the only thing you thought is that this was for children, I have news for you. This is a huge platform called discord.com. Discord is a place where you participate in anything gaming. This is the it place to hang out if you're into gaming. I'm about to get into gaming as soon as I can get my hands on that new Xbox, or what is it, Xbox 2009? What number are we on now? Anyway, I want one of those. Please, Santa. I'm not sure what's going on with Includer, but it seems to still be in beta, which means it's in a testing environment of some sort. And what I'm noticing here is if you look at the diagram in the middle of the page where it says average social network and then the Includer hyper connected network, I'm sorry, I just don't want to know anyone at such a granular level. But that's what they offer. And it seems to have gotten some traction somewhere along the way. I lost the breadcrumb trail, so I'm not exactly sure what the status of this is. But I would say having 60, 100, or 200 friends is enough for me. I don't need more than that. Dribbble.com is another media sharing site. Now, on this platform, not only can you share your designs, but they're pushing content to the world's best design and creative professionals. So if in fact you have a portfolio, this may be a great place to put it. If you love to travel, asmallworld.com, all 3 of those, asmallworld.com, is a social network for travel. It's probably going to be more appealing to that jet set crew who's single, living life, enjoying the fast lane a little bit, or the slow lane, you know. You can meet someone on a deserted island or in a small Italian village. Why not? Investmates.io is a platform for investors. Now, it's emphasizing next gen. I guess this is really targeted to that younger generation of investor. They're complete with not only a platform for conversation, but they're also hosting the community, of course. They're showing trending investors and trending assets. I'm not in that generation, but I really like the simplicity of it. It looks great. This is another social media site for gamers. It's a lot like Discord. This one is probably ranking 2 right now behind Discord in terms of popularity. But here, as you can see, you can showcase your statistics, keep up to date on your favorite streamers, join clans, share clips, and much more. Again, I'm not into gaming, but I'm not far from it. Seriously, it's going to happen at some point. Stay tuned. Despite Meetup being around for 20 years, I'm surprised to find how many people have never heard of this platform. So this is where you meet people, you get to know people, you go to social events that you otherwise may not have gotten an invitation to. But you can join interest groups. It's really quite flexible if you want to start a group. I'm not a member. I don't participate in this, but I hear from people who do that they really love it. Your future awaits in the world's most exclusive digital country club. Well, this takes it to a whole new level now, doesn't it? So here you have to apply and be approved based on your credit worthiness to be among like-minded, accomplished individuals in art, technology, travel, and Bitcoin. My goodness. That's a lot of promise for such a cheesy little website here. I'm just saying. It says the thousands of active Fluence users include the founder at VinCompass, MySuccess.com, and some champion at the Green Bay Packers. If you're into goth, then this is a mix of a social media site and a retail marketing site. So I'm not really sure. I'm not into this and I'm not going any further with it. But I will say that if this is your tribe and this is how you get down, then VampireFreaks.com is definitely for you. DiasporaFoundation.org is based on 3 key philosophies: decentralization, freedom, and privacy. So basically you join according to a pod that suits you. And you have more control over the size of your tribe, basically. And you can join the conversation according to your interests. They're using hashtags here. You can also host your own pod, which is pretty cool. REM Cloud is on Twitter, and they have 16,900 followers there. Basically, they're functioning as a social media platform within a social media platform on Twitter. They post their dreams and share their thoughts about what the dream may be about or help others diagnose their dreams. Letterboxd.com, another one of those spelled without an E. This is where you talk about and share the films that you want to see, the ones that you've seen that are good. It's really a very focused conversation on the entertainment industry and the big screen in particular. It seems to be free when you start out. I don't know if they have tiers once you're inside. But yes, here it is, Go Pro, there it is right in the middle as I'm scrolling. So there are different films that get reviewed here. I don't like Rotten Tomatoes, so if they have a free version of this, I may be interested myself. MightyNetworks.com. This is a lot like Patreon. I would have to pull a chart to see what the differences are between them. But to find out, but they're both based on tiers, right? But I want to find out what is it that is so attractive to TED, Yoga with Adriene, Lifebook Fortune, and all these other content creators, entrepreneurs, to go to Mighty Network as opposed to Patreon. So this is when we have to do more homework and more digging. But it looks like they're trying to really, really push the individuality of brand. I don't know that Patreon is as independent, but they have tiers as well in terms of your participation as a content creator and a patron receiver. So this is really quite a complex workflow they have going on. I'd have to delve into this much more deeply and spend a lot more time before I could really evaluate if this is a great opportunity for small business, medium, or large enterprise. FetLife.com is a social network for the kinky community. This is not for everyone. It is certainly not for children or anyone underaged. There is something for everyone, as they say here, a community for everyone. They're right. Once you get inside, you're going to discover anything and everything from a fetish to a passing fancy. AccessibleSocial.com is a site, it's a resource hub and a social site for marketers, communication professionals, content creators, anyone who wants to learn how to make their social media accessible for people with disabilities. What you get here is advice and information and resources to get you started on how to make changes and how to make content that is accessible to all. On the softer side, you may find that you have a hobby and there is in fact a social media community for you to join. One is Ravelry, and this one is for people who crochet and knit by hand, of course. None of those 1970s knitting machines, thank you very much. This social media site will also feature patterns, lookbooks, project notebooks, offer books, magazines, and sites. I mean, this is really quite a community they've built up. Where to buy yarn. They just really have it all here. I know a couple of people that enjoy knitting and crocheting, and I am definitely going to get this information to them today. I had mentioned a couple of social media watchdog sites before for children. There are also watchdog sites for social media for the LGBTQ community, specifically Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. GLAAD has its own social media safety index, and you can look this up online. It is part of the Google environment. I will put a link to this, if nothing else, in the description. I think that our LGBTQ community is having a hell of a time right now. So this, to me, is a step in the right direction. I had mentioned sites earlier to protect young people in the digital world and the digital environment, especially in the social media space. And one is called Protect Young Eyes. This is their page. It's at protectyoungeyes.com. You start with a home assessment, and then you have some mini lessons that go along with the Protect app. So you learn technology together with your young person and protect them from the predators who are online. And finally, we have Bark. Bark is another child protection initiative. It's at bark.us online. And it does everything from monitoring content to blocking websites to location sharing for your young person. And it covers, at this time, over 6 million children and has detected over 629,000 suspicious activities with a child. They have a free trial period for 30 different social networks, and a full explanation as to what can or cannot be viewed on your young person's phone based on alerts. So please take a look at Bark and some of the other child protection websites. I think that we are now to a point we even need them maybe for the elderly. So which social media website are you going to join other than Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn? I'm sure there's something out there for you. I saw a couple just a few minutes ago that I'm going to go back and check now that I'm finished with this video. So I'll see you later. I'll see you next time. Like this video if you saw something that you needed to know, and subscribe if you want to know more as we continue our journey on the How channel. Thanks for being with me today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.